Alright everybody, what is up? It is your boy Challenge Saga here, back at it with another Fortnite Creative tutorial video. Today's going to be a little different from usual, and it's not that I'm not going to show you how to build a map in Fortnite Creative, because honestly that's all I do on this channel at this point. It's still going to be me showing you how to build a map, but usually my maps, if you've seen my other videos, are more unique, or they're just harder to build. They take a while, they're time consuming. Well, good news for you is that today's map is not going to be anything like that. In fact, today's map is going to be creating a gun game map, and it's going to be super quick, super easy, and super simple. It shouldn't take you very long at all, and it's still a very fun game mode to play with your friends. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what a gun game is, that's okay. I will go over the rules in just a second when we actually get into our map. I will also have the rules posted for you down in the description menu down below, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into creating our very own gun game map. Let's go. Alright everybody, so this is where we're going to be creating our gun game map, and usually I play in the grid island, but I think I selected the wrong template this time, which it's not really going to be a problem. It's just make sure you pick a grid island or a variation of the grid island, because you don't want to pick anything where there's going to be terrain issues, so you don't want to have to deal with mountains or hills, unless that's going to be part of your map, in which by all means go and choose one of those templates. But for today, I'm just going to be playing around this grid island, because in my maps, I like flat surface and I like to put my own terrain features. But let's get into creating this gun game map. Now, I'm going to begin by going over the rules and everything, so bear with me for a bit if you already know how to play. But if you know how to play and just want to get straight to the tutorial, that's also okay. I should have a timestamp in a description menu down below that will take you straight to the tutorial. So make sure to go check that out, and that'll take you straight to the tutorial if that's what you're interested in. But if you want to stick around and hear me rattle off the rules for you, then by all means stick around, because that's what I'm going to do. So, rules. How do you play a gun game? Well, for those of you guys who don't know, a lot of popular games like Call of Duty actually have this game mode built into it. It's a game mode you can pick and you can play it, and it's a super fun game mode. Essentially, you have a group of players, and what occurs is that they all start with the same exact gun. In this gun game mode, we're going to start everybody off with a gray pistol. Everybody starts off with that gun. Now, say you have your gray pistol and you shoot somebody with it and you eliminate them. You will actually upgrade to another gun. They will stay at the gray pistol, but you will upgrade to another gun. And the more players you eliminate, the more times you upgrade. So say you have a gray pistol, you eliminate someone, you upgrade to a green tac. Then you eliminate someone with that green tac, you're going to upgrade to the next gun. Let's say the next gun is a blue pump. Now, the guns are up to you. You can pick what guns you want. I'm just giving you examples, but that's essentially how it works. Now, it'll keep going like that until you get to the final weapon. The final weapon typically is going to be your weakest weapon. The reason for that is because the game is trying to give other players opportunity to catch up to the first place guy. So typically in my game modes, the first place guy will have nothing but a pickaxe. They need to go around and kill people with a pickaxe, or maybe they go to a worse weapon that's way worse than a gray pistol, which is very hard to get to, but you can do it. Anyways, once they get that kill with that final weapon, then they win the game. Whoever gets that kill wins the game, and that ends the game. So that's basically the rules. Now, I know in Call of Duty, if you're thinking of the Call of Duty rules, when you pickaxe someone, or in Call of Duty when you knife someone, they actually demote in class. In our game mode, we're not going to do that. If you kill someone with a knife, you still will upgrade your class. They will just stay at that same class. They won't switch, they won't go down in guns, they won't go up in guns, they'll stay at their gun. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments down below. I'll try to explain it better. But that's gun game. now that you know the rules, let's get into actually creating this map. So, like I promised, the super simple process. The only thing though is, it's very easy, but it could take a while to build just because of the repetitive nature of creating this map. Now, if you go on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of other creators have made their own gun game maps. So, and you'll notice in every single one of them, it's a very repetitive process. They'll tell you that firsthand as well. I'm going to say the same thing to you. They actually might not tell you, but I'm going to straight up tell you, it is a repetitive process. But once you get how to do it down, it just becomes routine. You'll get through it. So, let's open up our inventory and let's start by equipping the devices we're going to need for this map. So what we're going to need is the team settings and inventory. Now, this is going to determine how many players you have in your map. So this is up to you. In my map, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm only going to equip 3, just to show you how the process works. You are going to equip as many players you're going to have in your map. So if you're going to have 10 players, you're going to equip 10 of these. If you're going to have 17, you're going to equip 17. If you're going to have 100, I don't think it's possible, but that's how much you're going to equip. But equip as many players as you expect. The next device you want to equip is you scroll down and you find this little guy right here. It's called the item granter. Go ahead and equip that and just put it in. You only need to equip it one time. It's just going to stay in your inventory no matter how many times you put it down. Once you do that, that's literally all you have to do for now. You go back, and those are literally the only 2 devices you're going to need for this particular map. Now, for those guys wondering, okay, well, what should my map look like? I'm very confused. Well, unfortunately, I can't show you what your map is supposed to look like. I'm just going to show you the mechanics of, what goes into actually creating the game itself. But I will provide you with a little rule of thumb when you're trying to decide what your map looks like. A good rule of thumb for me is you want to be able to see the opponents from one side of the map to the other. So basically, if I'm standing here, and my map, let's say, stretches out to here, I want to be able to see the person standing here, and likewise for the person standing here, they should be able to see me. Now, obviously don't just make it a clear sight kind of thing. You don't want people being in plain view. You want to give them hiding spots, so put buildings, put structures so people can hide behind it, but be creative with it. That's up to you, what you want to do. If I were to show you how to build the entire map, this video would be a 2-hour video, and trust me, none of us want to go through that. So, let's get into actually putting down our devices. So, let's go ahead and open up our building menu. Now, on mine it's circle because I'm using a console remote plugged into my laptop, but you decide, you all know what your build button is, hopefully. But place down the team settings and inventory thing. And what you're going to do in here is you're going to open it up. Set the team name to player 1. This is your first player's place. And you can put it to whatever color you want. Now grant items on respawn, set it to yes. Scroll down until I just realized we are in the wrong section. So you see how it says basic options right underneath customize? We want to go to all options. So scroll right like that, and you want to get to this all options menu. In all options, make sure team name player 1. Team, you want to set it to team 1. Team color, we already did that. You said grant items on respawn to yes. Grant condition always doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Equip grant items, set the first item. Grant ammo with weapon, set it to yes. Start with pickaxe, I set it to don't override. Now scroll down until you get to, we're going to keep going actually. Eliminated player's item, set it to keep. And eliminated player resources, set it to keep as well. Scroll down until you get to, we'll focus on that later. All this will be later. But what you want to actually find, this is going to be a process, but scroll down, it's going to take a while, but what we essentially want to hit is this part right here. Allow item drop set it to no, and allow item pickup set it to no as well. Scroll down to elimination score, set it to 1. Scroll down until you get to maximum equipment slots, set that to 1. And once you hit all that, that's going to be all you have to do. Hit OK. Or no, sorry, don't hit OK. There's one more thing we got to do. If you already hit OK, go back in, I'm sorry, but scroll to the very bottom, and you're going to go to when enemy eliminated by team member, transmit on set that to channel 1. And then once you do that, you can hit OK. Okay, so we have our team settings pad down, but we're not done yet. Open up your inventory. Oh, not this. Open up the phone thing, my bad. So this little guy right here. And you want to put down the item granted. Place it down kind of next to your team spawner, but not too close. Put it too close, you'll see why it'll be a problem in a second. So go ahead and open up this item granted. And we're going to do the following. So receiving players, triggering player, that's fine. Right. Now what we want is the on grant action. We want it to clear the inventory, that's good. Grant current item, yes. Grant condition, always yes. Grant on cycle, yes. This is what we want. So equip granted items as the first item. Remove item on grant set to yes. We want cycle behavior on stop. And scroll down until you get to grant item when receiving from the channel 1. And once you do that, that should be it. Once you do that, hit OK. Now, open up your creative menu, go to the weapons, and select the first 5 weapons you want to put in the item granted. So, in my case now, also, that's another thing I didn't specify, you can determine how many levels you want, how many gun levels you want, blah blah. For the sake of simplicity, mine's going to be, let's say 5, right? So we're going to do 5. So scroll down and find 5 weapons, and go in order from level 1 to level 5. So my level 1 gun is going to be a pistol. I'm going to click that. My level 2 gun is going to be a simple little green AR. My level 3 gun is going to be a green tactical shotgun. My level 4 gun is going to be a blue bolt action. And my level 5 is going to be, let's say a star. Okay, once you do that, hit OK. Or go back, sorry. Then, open up your creative inventory, go to play, and drop it in the order that you want it to be in. So level 1, drop your level 1 item first, which is the gray pistol, drop it. The level 2 item, which was our green AR, we're going to drop it. The level 3 item, the green tack, we're going to drop it. Level 4 was the blue bolt, drop it. Level 5 was the purple scar, drop it. And it's going to pick it all up. Now you might be wondering, what if I want more than 5 guns? I only have 5 equipment slots. What's going to happen? Well, you can always go into your creative menu, go here, and select your level 6 gun. Let's say it's a purple bump. Go ahead and do that. And you can always just go in and drop it, and the item granter should pick it up. Hang on, we're not close enough. Sometimes I love when this happens, but you want to drop it like that, and whoa! But yeah, you can drop as many weapons as you want. As you can see, my purple pump is in there. I dropped it during the blooper. And I'll show it to you again, just so that you know it works. Equip the double barrel, and just drop it next to the thing, and there it goes. It's going to actually pick it up, and that's level 7. Apologies for that. I don't know why my computer does that. It just likes to scare me. But yeah, so once you do that, everything is set for player 1. So now, whenever they kill someone, they get a point, and then they cycle to the next gun. Now, we've done it for player 1, but we want to do it for player 2 and player 3 as well. We don't just have one player in our map. So, how do we do that? Well, it's a very repetitive process. Like I said, you're literally going to do exactly what you did for team 1, but now you're going to do it for team 2. So, open up the build menu and place on team settings and inventory, and go ahead and name this player 2. Okay. Then what you want to do is set this to team 2. Team color, it can be whatever you want. Let's set it to red, orange. Scroll down, grant items on respawn, set it to yes, grant condition always, blah blah. None of this, we've already done all this. The most important thing obviously is we're going to scroll down to limited player items, keep, resources as well to keep. Scroll down until you get to, we're looking for, it's a very long process because we have to scroll all the way down. Allow item drop, no. Allow item pick up, no. Scroll down to elimination score, set it to 1, and then we're going to go down to max equipment slot, set it to 1, and then the final thing. When an enemy eliminated on, this is another thing we're going to be doing different. But when an enemy eliminated by team member, transmit on channel 2. So you'll notice the differences in this team settings thing is that the team name is different, the team number is different, and the team color is different, and the channel that it's transmitting on is different. Those are the only differences. Once you do that, you can hit OK. Then, literally copy this item banner that you already put down. You see how it's glitching on me? And then paste it like that. And literally the loadouts are going to be the same exact thing. But now, just set grant item and receiving from the channel 2. Once you do that, hit OK. So now this one is connected to player 2, and this one is connected to player 1. You see how repetitive the process is going to be? You're going to repeat this exact same thing for 3, except for 3, you're going to obviously change this to player 3, and you're going to change this to team 3, and then you're going to go all the way down here, and you're going to change this little guy. Oops, let's go to modified options. You're going to change when an enemy eliminated by to 3. That's literally all you got to change. If you have 4, you're going to make it 4, team name, team 4, and team number, team 4. And you can also play around with the team colors if you want to. But obviously, I'm going to be lazy and just keep it at 2 for now. Because I'm seeing the tutorials already running longer than I want it to run. But anyways, once you do that, you basically got the mechanics going for you. Now you just need to set it so the game runs smoothly. To do that, we want to open up our My Island settings. So go to menu and go to My Island. In My Island, you're going to do the following. Set voice chat to all, max players to however many players you have in your map. Team set to set as many teams as you have in your map. So in my map, I only have 2 teams at the moment. But say you have 16 teams, you're going to set that to 16. Alright? Team size, set it to 1. That's very important. Spawn limit, make it infinite. You want it to be infinite. Scroll down until you get to time limit. Now time limit, set that to none. You don't want a time limit. Scroll down until you get to score to end. Now set it to how many other levels you have. So you're seeing that every time they get an elimination, they upgrade a gun and they get a new point. If you have 10 levels, your score to end is going to be 10. It's as simple as that. Mine obviously is very low, but I'm just going to leave this at 10. Now last standing ends again, set it to off, scroll down. And we're just going to keep going down until we see all of this should be the same. Elimination score we already specified. Then go to settings. In settings, we're going to do the following. Go down until you get to infinite ammo, set it to on. Infinite resources, set it to off, and I'll show you why. Allowed to edit, set that to default. I mean, that doesn't matter, but set allow building to none. I don't like allowing people to build in my map. It just makes it open to trolls. Environment damage, I set that to off. Same with structure damage, set it to none. And after you do all that, I think we're good to go once you do that. From a setting standpoint, I'm just double checking. Yes, we are. Then go to UI. In UI, you're going to do HUD info type to score. Max HUD trackers, or max trackers on HUD to 1. Then scroll down to scoreboard win conditions, set it to score. Scoreboard tiebreaker, set that to eliminated, so how many times they've been eliminated. And scoreboard tiebreaker 2, set that to, go ahead and set that to, let's set it to damage dealt. And if you want, you can set it to score to 3 to damage taken, but I don't know, for me it doesn't really matter. I like to keep my map screen display the scoreboard so you can keep track of who's in the lead. And then, once you do that, that should be it. You can also put in a custom victory callout or whatever, and you can also play around with the sounds. So that's up to you. Once you do that, you're pretty much good to go. You can hit back, and let's just make sure everything's saved. Yes, it did. And once you do that, you have your gun game. Now, the final thing we want to do, obviously, is put down some spawn pads, which we are lacking. So the spawn pads, make sure you put as many spawn pads as you have players, obviously, but go to devices. The spawn pad looks like that. In my case, I only have 2 players apparently, which is not going to be accurate. Place them randomly across the map. Don't place them all next to each other. That's asking for disaster. well, randomly across the map, as many spawn pads as you have players. And once you do that, your gun game is completed. That's literally all you have to do. If you want to turn on fall damage, you can do that too under, I believe it's settings actually. I don't think it's here. It's in settings. If you scroll down, you're going to see a fall damage option. And you can set that to on. If you want that, then you can hit OK. But once you do everything I just told you to do, you have a fully functioning gun game map. From a mechanic standpoint, obviously make your map look nice and pretty, actually make it a map. But there you go. That is gun game for you, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, super short when I go over the tutorial, but when you're doing it yourself, it's a repetitive process because you're copy and pasting the team settings as well as the the grantors, and you're just continuously doing that until you fill out as many players as you have. But anyways, that's how you create your own gun game map. I can't show you how it works because unfortunately no one is available to hop on with me right now, and I want to get this tutorial done as soon as possible. So just rest assured this does work. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments down below and I'll troubleshoot. But that's all we have. Thanks you so much for watching. It's been your boy Challenge Saga. If this video was very helpful for you, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any feedback for me, please leave in the comments down below. I do read every single comment that's down there, and I try to respond with you and have a little organic discussion down there. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.